Yesterday we worked on proportional relationships and we did that with tables. And today we're going to identify proportional relationships using graphs. All right, first a real quick review about the coordinate grid because this is going to be important. All right, so when we're graphing, we hopefully all remember that we have the x and the y-axis, and this point where they intersect, if I can get that to draw, there we go, is the origin. All right, so that is the origin. That's very important to remember that. Okay. All right, now when we plot points, I hope you all remember, we have what we call an ordered pair. The first number is the x coordinate and the second is the y. Okay, so for the point 2, 1, I'm going to go over 1, 2, and then up 1, and I'm going to put my point right there. Okay, -2, -1 means I start at the origin and I go to the left, 1, 2, and -1 is down. All right, +4, I'm going to go right from the origin, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 2. -4, -2, go the opposite direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. All right, and that's how we plot points on the coordinate grid. And it's important that you know those ordered pairs, how to read them off the grid in order to understand this lesson. Okay. All right, now, hopefully you remember this. You guys were great at this in class. How can you tell if a graph shows a proportional relationship with a constant rate? There's two ways. It has to be a straight line, and it has to pass through the origin. It has to pass through the origin. Okay, so if I look at these three, all of them are straight lines. All of them are straight lines. And they're a little bit different, but they all pass through the origin and are straight lines. So those are three examples of proportional relationships on a graph. Okay, which of these are graphs of proportional relationships? All right, let's look at these. This first one is a straight line, but it does not pass through the origin. It does not. So I would say no for that one. The second one is clearly not a straight line. It's a curved line. That tells us it is not proportional. This third one does pass through the origin, and it's a straight line, so that's a proportional relationship. And the last one is a straight line, but does not pass through the origin, so that one is a no. Only one of those is the graph of a proportional relationship. Okay, and then the final thing we're going to do today is start with a graph and figure out what the constant of proportionality is. We worked on that yesterday, and write the equation. Okay, and we do that by taking ordered pairs, finding ordered pairs, and that means x and y, from our graph. Okay, and this one is pretty easy to see, I think. When x is 1, y is 3. That point right there. When x is 1, y is 3. That's why I told you it's important to know how to read ordered pairs. Now, if I go over to x is 2 and up to where the line is, that point right there, I can see that when x is 2, y is 6. And then we'll do one more. When I go over 3 and up to the line, I can see that when x is 3, y is 9. Okay? Once you have your ordered pairs, we remember that k, our constant, is equal to y divided by x. Y divided by x. So any of these will work because it's a proportional relationship. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. There's our constant. And we're going to use that to write our equation. Remember, y is always equal to the constant, in this case 3, times x. Y is equal to 3x. Okay, now I want you to try this one. So use this graph and find 3 ordered pairs. Figure out what your constant or proportionality is, and then write the equation. All right, after you do that, come back and check to see that you got it correct. All right, here we go. Here's the ordered pairs I picked, and they've laid them out very nicely. When x is 1, y is 5. When x is 2, y is 10. And I picked a random one out here. When x is 7, I picked this one, y is 35. All right, to find my constant, I take my y value and divide it by my x, and I can do that for any of these. Y divided by x is going to give me 5. And then using that constant, I write the equation. Y is equal to 5x. And that's it. That's all there is to the graphs. I think you guys will be fine with this skill. Okay, last but not least, don't forget to fill out the Google form that's attached to today's lesson, and that will allow you to get your classwork participation points, doing all 3 of them for this week. All right, don't forget to do that. Thank you.